the people part in this business is one of the things that will emotionally drag you. When you see more success and you want it worse than your team, a lot of times you have clients. I've had clients where I went to the bat and did everything, stuff I had no business doing. And then I'm like, yo, I want this more than you. And then they ghost me I know it's working, you ghost me, right? I learned that 10 years ago.
What's one of your biggest failures or mistakes? I don't know if anybody had a question.
No, we'll take this last
I didn't
question.
see the hand, so.
No, that's a good question. And normally that's hard for me because I tell people I don't really process failures like most people do. To me, it's part of the process. Like, I don't really get wound. Like, I know if I'm gonna launch something, like rarely, I always say we make more money than most people because we fail more than most people. And rarely does what I ever do, like our stuff rarely ever just is out of the park the first time I do it. And because we're already making money, like out of the park gotta be big, right? So like it could do something and it said do 100 grand, like that's cool. But more than anything, it just give me confirmation that it's there and then I gotta still grow it and tweak it. So when I would say that, like most of like big stuff that happened, I would probably say it's more around people. It ran around me and process, more around people and having lack of process around the people and structure as we grow. Like a lot of you, as you grow, we talk about like, hey, getting to 7, multiple 7, getting to 8 figures, a lot of that's leadership. But the thing is in entrepreneurship, to be an entrepreneur, you don't have to have been a leader. So a lot of us get in leadership positions where we ain't led nobody before, but now all of a sudden we got this company and we got this team and I got clients that have never worked corporate. So most of my leadership initially coming into entrepreneurship was me modeling what I saw the people that led me do. But I'm like, they ain't never had nobody lead them in that capacity. So like, what does that look like? So most of it has been around people where we gave people too much grace they shouldn't have. We kept people for too long because they might have been a cultural fit with the team, but they couldn't like do the job, right? There's times when we wanted success for them more than they wanted success for themselves. And that cascaded down and impacted the business, impacted other people on the team, and made it happen. Like y'all can make money. Like making money, not making money, it don't really matter. Like sometimes want launches be big or not bigger, like stuff happen, but it's more the people part. Like the people part in this business is one of the things that will emotionally drag you. When you see more success and you want it worse than your team, a lot of times you have clients. I've had clients where I went to the bat and did everything, stuff I had no business doing. And then I'm like, yo, I want this more than you. And then they ghost me I know it's working, you ghost me, right? I learned that 10 years ago. But a lot of it is the people part. But like my thing for y'all is like, you can't let that stop your mission. Because for every one person who's gonna do something crazy, it's 10 people, 15 people, 100 people. It's your assignment to serve. But you only get to serve them if you show up. And a lot of y'all, if we went around, and I say, hey, like, what do you do? Like, what's your mission? Black women over-index when research show, right? When y'all start businesses, most of you start business because you have some component where you want to serve other people. You can't serve nobody if you quit. You can't serve nobody if you broke, and you can't serve nobody if you're not at your best.
My question was about what are you seeing in the marketplace as far as numbers? Same question I had for Neo. It sounds like you said, start at the top with your mastermind and work your way down. Can you run us through that?
Yeah, what's interesting, right? Because like I said, 2024 was a tight year for a lot of businesses. Right. So we serve businesses, so we lost money transparently because when our businesses don't make money, they can't pay us, right? So like a lot of businesses shrunk up. It started with e-com. I don't know if y'all do e-com or close to it, right? But e-com boomed during the pandemic, and then everybody thought it was gonna be like that. And then boom, it dropped back down, right? People started going back to them stores and the malls. It was like, oh, people ain't going to stores and malls again. You a lie. Right, and they went back and they stopped buying as much stuff online. So a lot of businesses got hurt and stuff slowed down. To do that, right, like we work with a lot of clients to work, do stuff, and we had some promotions to help them like, hey, do this year. But this year we was like, yo, I think 2025 feels different. And I'm telling everybody, yo, we back to business. Okay. So we raised the price of our program and we made more money. We made more money our last conference than we did the one before, right? All our conference launched to be 7 figures and multiple 7 figures. We made more in this one than that one. It was with less people, but at a higher price point. Because now it may not be the masses of people that want to pay all the money, but here's the difference. Before the pandemic, we've been doing this 10 years. Before the pandemic, we would sell to people. The hardest issue I had was that black people didn't know what a mastermind was. And I would try to have to explain to you what it was before I get you to join mine. After the pandemic, it was so much just nonsense out there, right? It's like people who ain't never done nothing, ain't never learned nothing, everybody teaching something, right? And people got burned so many times. Then my new conversation is not, this is what a mastermind is, you never heard it. I'm like, this our mastermind is different. Because what you wasn't even a mastermind. And you probably paid more for that, you paid for us. And you ain't even get, like the number one thing I heard people was not that it wasn't good or I didn't make money. It was that they didn't give me what I paid for. They said they would give me these 5 things and only got 2, and then the people ghosted me, so it's just like a lot of scamming stuff in, right? But here's the thing, if you hear, I'm sure you do it, like if you offer value and you're a real one, it's time for you to stand up and your voice be heard. So when Neo said like, yo, like posting every day, sharing every day, that's like internally in our company, it's like, yo, our biggest thing is like enough people don't know who we are. Cause we quiet money. Like Sonny said, right? Like we just go about the work of doing the work. Like you come to the conference, like you don't know who got the money. You sit next to somebody that got a $20 million business and you don't know it because they not pounding their chest, right? But know this, like it's people is willing to pay the money. They just looking for real people to deliver the service. So if you got credibility, if you got like influence in the marketplace, you can do it. It might not be the mass numbers, but it's people that are willing to pay, right? It's some people that need to just experience you. So one of the things we've been doing is we just been increasing the touch points, right? So I did a tour last year and our June conversions were great because most of the people where before they would come to the conference, that was their first time like really engaging with me and seeing what I sell and knowing the price that I settled in. Since we did that tour, they did all that stuff on the road in their own city. So when they came, they already knew what the price was. They knew what it was. That one extra touch point got the conversions back to where they need to be because they was like, yo, I'm ready. So now we just like, how can we increase the touch points? Can we do more virtual events? Can we do more offline events? Like, can we get somebody on the team to talk to people on the phone? Like, can we just touch them as many times as possible, as fast as possible? Because if you got to touch them 8 times, I don't want to do a conference once a year and they join 8 years from now. Let's see, I can touch them in 8 times in 12 months and get them to me as fast as possible. That's been one of the biggest things. Can we touch them faster? People's in the marketplace. And you ain't asked, but the last piece is like direct services, done for you services, done with you services, and community. That's the AI buster. Because AI coming for everything that all of us do, right? Somebody told me the other day, they got this stuff, all this information they gonna sell. I was like, it don't matter. Because information is everywhere. I said I can get more information than whatever you gonna package. I can get it from AI better than what you probably could tell me. And I know somebody here like, no, Lamar, I'm different. No, you're not. So I know your ego telling you that your stuff is better than ChatGPT and Claude. Even if it is now, by next month, it ain't. Or you probably just don't know what to put in it. Or you already in it. Because the first time I got in it, I was running names like, what about this person, that person? Then I was like, hold up. And I put my name in and I was in that joint. Then one day somebody was like, yo, you know, if you type in Lamar come, I was like, shh, like be quiet, right? Let people find out on their own later. But like that's gonna be the buster, because what AI can't do is this. AI can't get like a bunch of powerful women in the room. They're like, yo, let's talk about this. Let's be transparent about this. Let's talk about like, hey, how does this impact your relationships? Like, yo, how you like manage the kids and do the business? How you like do those things? Like that's what AI can't do. Information is worth nothing. Like that's gonna be it. So you're gonna have to get to that, because any topic that any of y'all talk about, I could go teach on it tomorrow. Somebody like me, like I'm a speaker, I can speak. All I need is the knowledge. Literally, I can go in there, AI, I can pull out, I know frameworks to get stories out of it. I know frames to get data out of it. I know frames to get stats out of it. I can take that and do a full 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour presentation tomorrow like it ain't nothing. And if I do it and I'm more charismatic than you, if I do it and I connect with the people more than you, I can outsell you. So know that, like most people not aware of it, right? Because you're at the tipping point. Like feel like everybody using AI, but most of the world still ain't. So the tipping point ain't hit yet where everybody using once everybody, mom, pop, our parents, our grandparents, I look at like everybody get on it, information you offer gonna be worth nothing.